Hello everyone and welcome back to Cleverness Pets. I'm Clover and today I'm going to be giving you a hermit crab food tour. If you didn't already know, I run in a Pinch Hermit Crab and Exotics Rescue, which is a home-based rescue located in Bayport, Minnesota. And because of that, I have a lot of hermit crab food. Quick disclaimer before we get started, none of these food brands are sponsored. I know you never would have thought that they're sponsored, but I do legally have to tell you that, so yeah. Anyways, let's get started. Now, first, I'm actually not going to start with the good food, but instead with the bad food. Now, you may be wondering why I even have bad food. Basically, I do go to expos and educate people on proper hermit crab care, and therefore I bring all of these as examples of what not to feed. So, although this bin here isn't only hermit crab food, it's actually all bad hermit crab supplies. I do have a lot of hermit crab foods in here of various brands. I actually have quite a variety here because people often give me their old hermit crab food when they rehome their hermit crabs. So yeah, that's the bad food. Now let's get into the good food. Okay, I'm going to start on the more boring side. All the way back here is where I keep all of my supposable, samples. But basically, it's just a bunch of foods that we have a lot of, and small packets of food. And I do give these away for free at expos and to new hermit crab owners when they first adopt a hermit crab if they'd like. They can pick out a few of these. Most of the packages are unopened, and if they are opened, it's just because we refilled a bag with new food. So yeah. Then right in front of that, we've just got some extra foods that didn't fit with the rest. Got this one from Crab Cuisine Co. This is like a foraging mix. Got some foods from Hermit Crab Patch, some food from Hermit Grub, and then these two are homemade mixes. I also have a mineral supplement and a foraging mix right here. And now that that's done, let's get into the fun part of the food. Okay, starting at the front here, we've got all of these spoons for scooping foods. I've got a plastic one here for wet foods, and then the rest each have labels like oil and normal. By the way, normal meaning just typical dried food. Then starting right over here, we've got enhanced foraging mix for hermit crabs. This is by Bioactive FX. Here's a quick look at that. Then we've got the 24/7 by South of the Ocean. Here's what that looks like. Now, the reason I have more of these, or well, larger bags, is because these are two of my main staples for the tanks. Anyways, moving on, we've got Sea Slam. This is from Earth, Fire, Water Studio. Then we've got some mystery foods here. These are from MT Pet Emporium. Now, basically what the mystery food is a mixture of extra bits of food from mixes that didn't sell, and that sort of thing. MT Pet Emporium, along with everything else here, all the other shops, are all Locos approved, meaning they have been thoroughly checked through by the Land Hermit Crab Owners Society and have been deemed healthy and safe for hermit crabs, which is why, even though I don't know the ingredients, I do know it's safe. But yeah, basically what happens is they either forget what the ingredients are or mix a bunch of little bits of extra food, and that's what this is. And we've got some homemade foods. These are very oily ones. These are like suet foods, basically. And these are good if I'm going to be going on a short vacation or a day trip and won't have time to feed them, since this does not go bad very easily. We've also got some more back here from Just Two Old Crabs. And then we've just got some random mixes. And then most of this is just foraging such. So I've got like the special foraging mix and flowers and this foraging mix. I believe most of this is from Crab Cuisine Co., but I might be wrong. Moving up from that, we've got all of their cookies and such, or well, tidbits I guess they're called, and cube-like foods. And these are all by Crab Cuisine Co. and MT Pet Emporium. Well, except for this one. This is from Hermit Grub. Anyways, moving up. Right here we've just got some homemade foods. This is another suet food. Then we've got this floral mix here. And for this area, I tried to at least somewhat organize it. So this section here is all of the more protein-filled foods. And I classified those as the first or second ingredient being a protein. So we've got some south of the ocean foods, just 2 old crabs foods, and crab cuisine foods. Right here, this area here is basically just the repeats section because I have a lot of these 2 kinds of foods. Someone donated a ton. So this is the Love Blooms by Crab Cuisine Co. Got a few more of that. And then the Sweet Nothings, also by Crab Cuisine Co. And finally, this section here. This is the more leafy foods. So things like Thumper's Trail by Just 2 Old Crabs, where it's mostly leaves. And Melon Mania, where it's mostly amaranth seeds. And Leaf Confetti, where it's mostly, well, leaves. And finally, moving up from that, these are all of my main hermit crab foods. I love this shop so much. So yeah, let's just go over a few of them. First of all, Color Me Purple, Skeletal Power Repair, and Seaweed Salad are 3 staples in my tank, meaning they are in the tanks at all times, no matter what. Then we've got Birthday Cake here. I find hermit crabs tend to love this food, which is why it's so good for newbies that are eating pellets and are not used to normal foods yet, as they tend to really love eating it. Chicken Mushroom Tikka Masala is another really good one, but in all honesty, they're all really good foods. Then next to get that, we've got this homemade food, and then all of this is a treat mix from a shop called Hobo Hermie. The owner did unfortunately pass away, so the shop is no longer running, but amazing food. And finally, nori seaweed. Now that I've finished going over the foods I have, let me show you what they eat in a night. First, I'm going to choose 2 proteins. I got Thai basil stir fry and breakfast for supper. Here are the ingredients for the stir fry one. And unfortunately, this one does not have the ingredients on the package, so you'd have to find those online. Anyways, put those in there. And now I've got the breakfast for supper. I don't know why, but I tend to put those on the outer sides of the bowls. By the way, these are the pea pod dishes from Earth, Fire, Water Studios. Now I'm going to choose a foraging item. This one. This is Melon Mania by Crab Cuisine Co. Here are the ingredients on that one. There we go. I tend to put this in the middle. Next up is Peanut Butter Crunch Cup by Just 2 Old Crabs. I chose this one since it's an oily food. There we go. Now that that's done, we can move on to a foraging item. I chose the Peanut Butter Raspberry Tidbits. Here are the ingredients on that. Anyways, I chose this one because it's quite tough and hard. And since they're so hard, it means the hermit crabs have to work more in order to eat it, which is why it's considered a foraging item. All done. Now all we have to do is set them in the tanks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.